This is my Grey Goose glass, and my cocktail is in the Grey Goose glass. And this week and next week would represent Mimi's 59th birthday. Had Crocknut crocked her and snuffed her to death. Okay, so I want to show you now. You see what happens to the water when you put spices in it? It changes color. Okay, it changes color. The spices start to boil. You want your spices to boil first so the flavor gets into the water before you put the rest of your ingredients into the pot. So we have our cocktail over here. And let me take a sip in honors of Mimi's 59th birthday. You see, nothing and no one can replace Mimi, because she was the one who raised me and made me into the man that I am. She showed me to not fear the police. Once upon a time, the police came after us in Missouri City, Texas. And we were having a family quarrel. And the police said, "Have you been drinking?" That's what they said to us and to Mimi. And Mimi looked at the police and said, "Have you been drinking?" You know? And then the police, they had to leave because they knew that whatever they came for and the neighbor who called them was acting out of ignorance. And that's why even today, that as I've grown older and become stronger, and I continue to become strong, and my voodoo is getting so strong, that is why Greg Russian is not in line to be the next city manager of Plano. Is because of the curse of the voodoo master. Because Greg Russian refused. So you see what's happening now? Your pot comes to a boil. So you take your ingredients and you put it in. Okay, you put your ingredients in. You put your potatoes. You don't want to put the meat in the bottom because the meat will get sticky and it will burn. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to pour all of this in here. And you got to kind of move back because, there's too much damn water in there. There's too much water because, you see, a body in water will displace its own weight. This is Physics 101, okay? So Physics 101, I put all this stuff in here. One of the things I've learned, and I've been watching them put up roofs in my neighborhood in 107-degree temperature with no concern for the Mexican workers. And then I know that in the fields of the United States of America, it's undocumented immigrants that pick our potatoes. Fortunately, the white ones, you see how clean they are? You see how clean they are compared to the brown ones? Racism is in everything, even in potatoes. And then you have the carrots. Now, one of the reasons why people get sick from food is because they buy the food from the store. Now, I don't want to say white people. I don't want to criticize any particular group or race of people. I just want to say that people, they don't wash their food. Even these potatoes, even though they're clean and white, I wash them before I chop them up. The carrots, I wash them before I chop them up because I know that the farm workers, they don't have a toilet. They don't have a portable commode. I don't even know what they have in the field. And so when they have to pee or urinate, they just pull their dicks out and urinate. And then when they have to shit, they just go in the field and they shit. And they wash their ass with some leaves in the field. Because the master don't provide. You see, I told you, if you're not using your kitchen, it will look clean. Now this kitchen is being used. So I brought in some sage. Excuse me. Where did I put the sage? Some sage that died on the plant. And I'm not putting any more garlic or onions. This is radish. It's interesting. So, I have to find out how to grow it. Something radish. I forget what they call it. Bought it in the store. I got to find the sage to put in there. The sage will add flavor to it. Where the fuck did I put the sage? Anyway, you would think that the city of Plano and the chief minister of Plano, the city manager, would make a proclamation on ordinance to protect his undocumented workers that they have working in 107-degree weather, fixing roofs. None of these roofs are leaking. There is no emergency. We didn't have a tornado. We just had a hailstorm. And yes, the roofs are damaged, but they're not leaking. I know my roof isn't really leaking. There's no water coming down. There's no water damaging the top floor. And if there is, well, there's no rain. It's not raining. But everyone is in a rush. You have people here who are not registered with the city as a contractor. Okay, there's the sage. There it is. You see, I found it. Beautiful sage. So I'm going to put the sage in here so that this thing going to have so much flavor. Okay, look at that. Look at that. I'm just putting all that sage. And this is organically grown sage. These ain't from no goddamn Whole Foods now. This is from my backyard. Oh, this is from the front yard, actually. The front yard, because I've refused. I'm not growing grass anymore. All I want to grow is food. You see, for 27 years, I've been watering grass. For what? To have pretty grass? Who said you're supposed to have pretty grass? The European man, King George, King Arthur, Prince Edward, the Borgerers of England? Anyway, so this is the meat. I would like to chop up the wings, but you know what? It'll cook so damn much it'll break apart anyway. And the legs will break apart. So I'm not going to mess with that. But I'm telling you, the farm workers have no representation. That man Chavez, Cesar Chavez, he fought for the rights of farm workers. And farm workers, they shit in the field. And they don't have no water to wash their hands. And so that's why you just find salmonella in your lettuce, in your tomatoes, and all kinds of bacteria, because you don't value the workers that is doing the work for you that you need, the same way you fucking doing to the people fixing the roofs. And the people fixing the roofs, when I come by and take a picture, they think I'm the enemy, but I'm not the enemy. I'm simply making note of a problem and of an exploitation that is taking place in a prominent and affluent city in North Texas. And even the city itself has come to shut me down. They say I'm crazy. They took me to a mental hospital against my will. But they failed. They failed. So today I'm just showing you how we're going to make some soup. I'm going to let the water come to a boil before I add the potatoes and the carrots. And then I'll add the meat. And then I'll turn it down to low. Things don't cook on high. That's one thing you have to learn. The best way to cook something is on low, and you'll be surprised how quickly it cooks. I'll not be adding any more onions to it because there's already onions in the meat. There's garlic in the meat. There's salt in the meat. So I won't even be adding any salt because there's probably so much fucking salt in the meat. You don't need no more salt. But I'll taste it. And if it needs salt, I'll add salt. But anyway, why you getting sick is because you should wash your lettuce. This is Mimi's favorite fruit, cantaloupe, my first one of the season. And it's sweet, even though it wasn't fully developed. It started rotting at the bottom, as you can see. So I had to pick it. But it's good anyway. It's good. Look, even this piece is good. I don't know why I threw it away. You know, I try to eat everything that I grow in my yard. It's going to be a self-sustaining yard. And yes, everything you see here is chaos. But there's a reason behind the chaos and behind the madness. And I'm going to take a break right now because I have to fix myself a cocktail. It's 5:18. It's time for a cocktail. And I'll be right back. One damn thing about being a cook is always you fucking burn yourself. I just burnt myself over here. I'm gonna get some ice to put on it to try to mitigate the skin damage. You know, I don't know. Well, the body's supposed to not last forever. This is what one lady said. The body's supposed to deteriorate. She was in an art form that just meant criminality to the body. I hate this fucking pot. Because you see the technology nowadays, when you get a pot, the handles don't get hot. These two handles, and this pot get hot, the top get hot, and it just fucking pissed me off. Fucking pissed the fuck out of me. And now I burnt my fucking self, my beautiful skin. You see my beautiful skin, my beautiful arm? You see, look at that. That youthful skin is just fucking burnt. Okay? And now I gotta put a little more, let me put a little more ice on it, and hopefully it won't blister too bad and my skin will recover. But anyway, I decided to use the big pot, and I think she bought this big pot. Did I buy it? I don't remember buying it. And look at all that extra water I took out. So now I could take that water and I could put it back. Okay, so I put the water back. No, you know, like all the women on Facebook, you know, I'm putting my dick out on Facebook for offerings, you know. And I want to see if Facebook gonna shut me down. But anyway, basically, if Jamal is coming down or Jay's coming down and he's smelling the food, and you know the food is good, it's ready. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go in my beautiful what's this called? Cabinets? Cupboards. They call it in the island cupboards. But we call it in the United States cabinets, cabinetry. This onion I have to put up. I don't like what looks this, so I have to get rid of these. This needs to be washed out and put in the dishwasher. I try to run the dishwasher every night. And so what I'm gonna do now is, I'm like an old person now, so I eat on a tray. I eat on a tray like an old person in a nursing home. I'm like in a nursing home, you know. So I'm practicing now, but one thing I do know is I want to skip the nursing home thing. I want to skip old age. Oh, that trash is smelling. That trash is smelling. Gotta go out. But you know, I'm not gonna go upstairs in my room. I'm working on productions. So I have to take a little taste. I'm just getting a little taste. So as you can see, you see it? Woo! I tell you, the day I conquer how to convert smell to media, that's going to be it. Now you see my thing? It almost got burnt by the hot water from the food. But my thing is subsided right now. It's not, you know, it's not in full function. So it's okay. You can see it. Okay. So now I'm going to taste this to see how salty, if it has enough salt. Oh, I tell you. Oh, that little damn couple of leaves of the curry leaves. That's some powerful shit. That is some powerful shit. You can taste the curry leaves in this soup. What we call it, a soup, a broth, whatever. But anyway, there are no dumplings. Maybe I should have put some dumplings, but that's just going to raise my blood sugar. And we already got the potatoes. We have the potatoes, and the potatoes alone, even in the juice, is going to make it starchy and raise the blood sugar. So what I'm going to do here is just lele it. Lele means just, turn it around, move it around, and so on. And I'm going to taste it again to see if I have enough salt in there. That curry is remarkable. I tell you, God bless the Indian people. God bless the Indian people. I'm going to get me a second wife so I can have 2 wives. And she's going to be Indian, the next one. I had an Indian girlfriend one time. She was so beautiful. Her name was Julie. And then she abandoned me. She never told I was married. She would have stayed with me. She liked me a lot. No, I don't know where she is. She won't even call. She won't return my emails. Julie, if you see this video, I miss you, baby. Give me a call. Okay, you can see this piece of wing is fully cooked. It's fully cooked. Now, it's difficult to do a video and sort out food at the same time. But I'm going to try to do it without making a mess. So here we go. 1 chicken wing, a couple pieces of carrots. Okay? And the carrots, let me tell you, the carrots they got a lot of sugar. People tell you, carrots are good for you when you're diabetic. But no, it's got a lot of sugar and a lot of starch. And I'm going to get me 1 or 2 pieces of white potato. So 2 pieces of white potato. Okay? And of course, because I'm greedy, I'm greedy. I love my food. I don't have too many pleasures in life, but sex and food. And lately, it's been a long time since I had sex. But I'm going to have my food. And then this food going to last us through the week. I wish I had some cabbage or something else to add to this. I guess I could have thrown in, what do I have I could throw in? Is it some lettuce? So there's something I could have thrown in. What could I have thrown in? Let me see. And what is in here? You see, our fridge is not that full of food. We're not that greedy. We got our good stuff. We got our beer. We got our wine. You see, we got our beer and our wine. And our beer and our wine and our juice to mix with our alcohol. And the spinach, that's what it is. The fresh spinach from my yard, from my garden. I was going to add the spinach to it. I think I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to add the spinach. Yeah, I'm going to add the spinach. Because you see, we're going to leave up all the things we grow in the yard. We're not just going to let it go to waste. So I'm going to put the spinach in here. And that mixed with the curry, I tell you, that curry is powerful. If you ever went to an Indian store and they got curry plants, buy you one and let it grow in your yard. I don't know, the internet seemed to know what you're thinking, because I was thinking about curry plants, and all of a sudden it started showing up on the internet. And then I went to an Indian store and bought some. But here's the thing. Most people I see that grow the curry on the internet, they grow it in pots. They grow it in pots. You see, I've never been successful growing plants in pots. And neither was Mimi. We used to try, but the only thing we grew was, one time we had a weed plant, And one time she told me she got scared because she saw the weed plant literally move towards the light. So I'm putting in here, well, Mimi's dead now. You can come look for a Plano police. I don't have no weed plants over here. I know you went and searched in my backyard looking for weed, but you didn't find any. Tell me I have a beautiful... So anyway, this is my war room. And because we're at war, we have to eat in the war room. We have to do our computerization, check up on our satellites and our connections right here. And everything we're doing now is from the bed. I'm telling you, it's a great time to be alive, a great time to be strong, a great time to continue to fight and to continue to struggle. La lucha continua. And we're going to keep on fighting until victory. These are the names of all the houses that got roofs without permit. We'll take that to the city. But let me go ahead and eat this salad and eat this meat before it gets cold. Excuse me. I'll see you soon. You see, all they're trying to do is to take down Donald Trump. But Donald Trump is going to win. He's going to win against Joe Biden. He's going to win against Ron DeSantis. Or Ron, the whatever the hell his name is in Florida. And I'm going to be the #1 person campaigning for Trump. And when Trump wins, he's going to put me in charge of Operation Roundup. And all these motherfuckers that's working in this neighborhood that insulted me, they got to go. And they're going.